Good afternoon, good evening, Trailblazers. Thank you for being here. I wanted to do a little video today called Truthful Tuesdays, some stuff that I'm actually contemplating all the time. I want to know, is living a life aware or a life being more conscious exhausting? Sometimes it's so much hard work. I contemplate all the thoughts I have, all the feelings I have all the time, how I'm treating other people, the languaging I'm using, and I'm really conscious of respecting other cultures. I recently saw a video on political correctness, and people were really getting up in arms about too much political correctness. And it really got me to thinking what political correctness means for me. And here's the truth, my Truthful Tuesday. It's people asking to have their culture respected, their gender respected, their ethnicity respected, that we don't use language from the past that marginalizes people. There's this thing called microaggressions, and I don't know if people really fully understand it, but it's sometimes we are unaware of the way we talk to people, unaware of the way we treat people, and I like to call it death by a thousand cuts. We slowly and unknowingly kind of chip away at people's self-esteem by perpetuating stereotypes, making inappropriate jokes, and then we get angry when the person is upset, and instead of actually apologizing and trying to see where they're coming from, we make ourselves the victim. And I see it all the time. So this is my Truthful Tuesday. So as a person who practices not only asana, but is really dedicated to living my life by the philosophies of yoga, I have to ask myself in my everyday life, in my everyday speech, where I may be being offensive to other cultures, where I may be perpetuating my own stereotypes for my own culture, and just being aware of my language, my thoughts, my position, all those things. And I know it's exhausting, and I know people are feeling really sensitive and triggered around all this new information, but we're in a period where we're getting to know each other. I think in the 80s and the 90s, we just largely ignored these problems because we didn't know what to do with it, and we figured that affirmative action would take care of all of it. But we're growing and we're learning. So I know you're hearing a lot of stuff about race, and a lot of stuff about gender, and a lot of stuff about languaging, and you're feeling overwhelmed. But no, this is part of our growth cycle. And for those of you who are actively practicing both asana and yoga, your connection to your breath and your connection to your body makes you more aware of the world around you in general. So these things may become more important to you. And I'm asking you as human beings to really share your humanity with everybody and realize that we are more the same than we are different. And I think I had a little rant post on Sunday around the word tolerance. And for the most part, the reactions to my words or my feelings around tolerance was supportive. And I had one or two comments that weren't, and that doesn't really bother me because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But when you think of the word tolerance, I always think of the word put up with, especially since it's a word that comes, I think, or was most used during the civil rights movement. And the feeling around tolerance for me was, these cultures are already here. We dragged these slaves over from Africa, and now they want their freedom. And now we have to just kind of put up with them because we don't really like them, and we don't really appreciate what they've done, so we just have to tolerate them. And that's the trigger for me. And I feel the same way about all cultures. We don't understand what's different than us, and it's up to us to learn about that culture if we really want to respect humanity. And we do that by educating ourselves, and there's lots of wonderful resources on the internet now. So I think it's great to educate yourself in that respect. Lots of great blogs, lots of great people out there doing this great work. And then there's the option of making friends with people who are different from you. So look at the makeup of your friends. Are they all exactly like you? And if so, why? And why are you afraid of making friends with other people who are different from you? I loved it when Will Smith said diversity is a superpower, because it is. Can you imagine if the only drink in the entire world was water, and that's all you got to drink? No coffee, no latte, no espresso, no fancy wines, no wonderful smoothies. The only drink in the world was water. How interesting is that? So for my Truthful Tuesday, I'm asking you to examine why we get so upset around race and culture and ethnicity, and why are we not aware of the microaggressions that we do against each other, which slowly chips away at our soul and our humanity. So that's my Truthful Tuesday. Thank you for being here, and I'm going to go jump on my mat. Namaste.